Hey, what's up everybody? I was in NEET for the past 3 days and it sucked. It was horrible. For those of you guys who don't know, a NEET is a derogatory term that is used for people who don't do anything. It's an acronym that stands for not in education, employment, or training. And it's pretty much used for people who just don't do anything. And this week I went 3 days without doing anything. And with these 3 days, I had learned something. Don't be a NEET. Don't be a NEET. Human interaction is important. It is vital. I always hear people say that we are social creatures by nature, and that's 100% confirmed. I can confirm it if other people haven't already done it. I usually always say that I don't want to go out, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and it feels like every time that I'm supposed to go somewhere, it always feels like I'm being forced. I don't want to be there. And I think that that's wrong. I've definitely been wrong because it's not fun. All right? So let me go ahead and tell you guys about my week. Okay? So Monday I went to work and it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't a great day, but it was fine. Tuesday was the first day that I didn't go to work. Then Wednesday came around and I didn't go to work either. Wednesday was when I was really pushing it. And I was like, man, you know what? I should go to work. And I didn't. Thursday came around and then I was like, I actually did want to go to work, but I didn't go to work. And I was already feeling the effects of being confined within, one spot and just not doing anything, not feeling like you're being productive. And Friday I did go to work and it was awesome. I went to work, I hung out with my friends, we went to go watch Wonder Woman. I really liked it, I really enjoyed the film. And then now this is Saturday, and it kind of feels like I'm going on day 4, which is why I decided to record this. That way I feel like I'm actually doing something until the next project. So the first day is the easiest, and I would expect so because for the majority of people who actually go and do things on a day-to-day, when they take their first day off, it feels good because you're relaxing. You're not doing anything. And you know that you are supposed to relax, and a lot of people actually struggle because they actually want to keep, because they're so productive, they don't want to stop working even though you should. Okay? And that was the first day. I went ahead and I finished the Arrow manga video and I got it uploaded on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday came around and I watched a lot of Parks and Recreation in the morning, and I'm actually watching it right now. You can't really tell, but yeah. And then I tried to go to the gym, but I didn't actually make it. I had to come back, and then so I went ahead and just spent the rest of the evening writing for the next project, but I didn't end up liking it, so that's kind of scrapped for the time being. And then Thursday, oh no, hold on, before I get to Thursday, let me tell you guys about Wednesday, because Wednesday was when I was starting to already feel the effects of needing to be social, needing to go and have some kind of interaction, because Monday I was so focused on getting that video done, I didn't care. But Tuesday. Wednesday, it was boring, I wasn't doing anything, and so I had hit up all my friends and I was like, let's hang out, and they're like, no, I can't do that, I'm doing school, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend. I got work, reasons, life. And I hit up my girlfriend and she's working on her finals as well. And so I was just kind of left by myself. And so Thursday comes around and I was like, okay, I want to go to work. I didn't go to work. And so I just spent the entire day just playing Uta Ware Rumeno, the visual novel that I just made a video about. Uta Ware Rumeno is actually a pretty fun game. Besides the whole not doing anything, I enjoyed Thursday because I got to really dig into Uta Ware Rumeno, and It's a visual novel that takes place like in a fantasy setting, and there's like a lot of world building that's going on right now. The actual plot hasn't presented itself, but if you guys are actually curious about it, there is an anime adaptation for that for that game, because this is actually the second game in the franchise, and the first game actually has its own adaptation as well. The anime adaptation, I went ahead and checked out a couple episodes. I'm on episode 4 right now, and I don't really think it's all that good. I think that the visual novel is a lot better, but I understand that visual novels aren't for everybody. But if you are kind of curious about it, yeah, it's cool. It's just that it doesn't really flesh out anything, because the game is really trying to make you feel like there is this world, and there's like a lot of world building, and because of that, the anime adaptation kind of just has to move along with the plot. So it just moves from episode to episode after episode, and I think like I'm about at 9 or 8 hours into the game, and that's already episode, like the first part of episode 4. Like there's this whole sequence that gets skipped in episode 4 that happened in the game at that like particular time. Anyways, so the anime is called Utaware Rumino something Faces. It's on Crunchyroll. Just it's the only one that's on Crunchyroll. So yeah, just check that out if you're curious. And then so yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And so that's the whole point of this. The whole point is to just don't be a NEET. Don't be a NEET. Human interaction and just getting out of the house and going and talking to people it's a good thing. And let me go ahead and tell you guys another story where I had the day off as well, and I didn't do anything for the majority of the day, and so I just had to get out. I went to Walmart, and I ended up picking up this game right here. I had known about the game, I just didn't know that it was out, and so when I seen it, I was like, cool. And when I went to go ask the guy who works at electronics to go ahead and get me the game, it was like this older guy who looks like he was in his 60s, and he was wearing like a PlayStation 4 lanyard, and I noticed it, but I didn't think much of it. I just thought, I was like, oh, well, because he works in electronics. And so he asks me, it's like, so how was your day? And I told him, I was like, oh, it's okay. You know, I asked him in return, and he goes, oh, well, I'm trying to figure out if I want to build if I want to buy these parts to build my computer, or if I want to invest in a Fire Stick. And so when he said, you know, buying parts to build a computer, I didn't really kind of get it. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, well, you know, when you hear people talking about building a computer, it's usually for gaming. And so I thought, I was like, oh, maybe there is different things to build computers for, like different functions. But then he ends up telling me about how he is a gamer. He starts talking about Twitch, and he starts talking about this game. He asks me if I played it, and I'm like, no. He's like, dude, I've been playing it for the past like 10 years. It's a great game, and he starts recommending it. He starts recommending me like YouTubers who live stream their playing these games, and we get to talking, and then only because of a customer coming to need his help, that he finally goes, hey, my name is Doug. Come find me if you want to talk about video games. And so I left, and I was just like, dang, you really can't judge a book by its cover. And it was a really cool interaction, because I wasn't expecting this old dude to be into games. So yeah, that's it. Just go out, talk to people. You don't know who you're going to run into. Like, even if it's somebody that you don't know, like, if you guys happen to strike a conversation, see where it goes, because you'd be surprised. Anyways, thanks for watching.